What's good,
Yo,
y'all?
yo,
Back in the house. It's been a minute,
it's been
but
a
we're back.
while.
Scheduling been kind of crazy, but we're trying to bring you guys content. But life gets in the way sometimes. But we're doing our best to make it pop in. Today we're gonna talk. Today we're doing a daytime show. That shows you right there that
A little different, a
scheduling
little different.
scheduling is kind of manny. But we got it popping today. We're gonna talk a little bit Niners, Trey Lance, little Trey Lance. Some of the Grant Cohn versus Kinlaw beef. If you guys heard about that, we'll talk a little bit about that. Warriors or Mavs too, of course. A couple other things, sprinkling some boxing, Triple G, Canelo, um,
hmm
all that good stuff. Let's start now with the fresh stuff. Last night, the Mavs and Warriors. Uh, Ugly game for a Warriors fan, but there was a little bit of bright spot towards the end when the young guns, Kaminga, Moody,
hmm
brought us back. We were down 29 at one point, and they brought us
hmm
back to 8. And I kind of was not even paying
28.
attention, honestly.
Yeah. I
I wasn't
think
even
when I
paying
sent you that
attention.
text,
Yeah, no, I had already seen that right before that, but like I see when they were down like I think like 11 or 12, and
hmm
I was like, oh shit, and then I was like, oh shit, 8. I was like, oh shit, and then you text me. I was
hmm
like, oh shit, that's just crazy. Um, but it was kind of sick that the young guns came back and were able to
hmm
keep us in the game, and then that made Kerr even throw in the starters back in to try to steal the game, try to end the
hmm
series. I kind of had the feeling, and I texted y'all in group chat, you and E Major. I had the feeling like we were gonna kind of let this one go. I kind of think they wanted to win on the road.
hmm
I mean at home, close it out in Game 5 for some reason. Seems like that's
hmm
our new thing. I mean, we let Memphis beat us by 50, and then we just came back and whooped the shit out of them at home. I kind of had the
hmm
same vibe. There was like no intensity from the Warriors the whole night, really.
I,
Like,
and yeah, go ahead.
nah, go ahead. I was just gonna say they look flat. Like they just
I think the reason was I don't want to get in too deep, but I
school
think that
shooting.
the school shooting had an effect, in them. We posted on our IG, Kerr, during the press conference, and he said, "I'm not talking about the game." And he was spitting some real shit, man. You could tell he's fed up, and we all are fed up with all these
Yeah,
school
he was
shootings.
hella
I
mad.
know. Yeah, I mean, me and you are both parents. We got our kids in school, so this affect us huge. Where it's at that moment the game was second, and for a second I also thought maybe are they going to push this game, or are they going to play it tomorrow? Because it was it was it already sparked a debate, nationwide with the whole gun control and all that. And I think that's what I think that might be a reason the Warriors are just out of it. Basketball was second. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, kinda, but like, I mean, the Mavs weren't out of it. You know what I mean? And that happened closer to their home. But
well,
I mean,
yes, yeah,
I
but
just think the Warriors were flat. I mean, I think like
they were flat, and the Mavs were mad.
that might have had a little bit to do with it, but overall, like, I just think we didn't really have that killer instinct. You could kind of tell early that we were already using like a deeper bench than we ever used. So you could tell Kerr was like, if we win,
Well,
it's gonna
Porter
be
is
like
out.
true. But I mean, he had Kaminga in. He hasn't been playing Kaminga.
He hasn't been
Bielitsa
playing for me.
run.
Bielitsa
Uh,
barely hasn't been playing minutes. Yeah.
Moody began run. He was in there too. But
hmm
I just and Damian Lee came back. They had him again running. Uh, I just think he wasn't gonna go out of his way to make us like go hella hard for that win. It was like if it happens, it happens, and that's why
hmm
he took him out. But then when they came back, he put him back in. Like you know what I mean? We got a
hmm
chance now.
Yeah.
Might as well go for it. But I don't think there was any urgency there. We're 3 nothing. No
hmm
team in NBA history has ever came back from. I think it's like one. I want to say like it was like 147-0 or something like that. They had the stat I
hmm
think a couple nights ago when a team is up 3 nothing in the playoffs, or maybe it was the Western Conference Finals. But either way, um, so I mean they could give away a game essentially. You had some weird shit happening all night. The ball fucking stuck on the hoop. The fucking
The roof.
rain delay in basketball. What the fuck kind of weird ass shit is that? And just strange
hmm
circumstances. I'm not making any excuses. Like the Warriors definitely came out flat, and maybe like they should have been a little more amped up, just to try to close it out and get more rest. But at the same time, there is something to be said. I was talking to E Major on the phone about this yesterday. and we were both agreeing. Well, he kind of brought it up, and I agreed that you kind of don't want to be too rested. There could be a
Hmm.
little trap that way. I said, but even still, with the injuries, we kind of should. It would be a better look for us to get as much rest as possible for Porter and GP2 to come back. But he did
Yeah.
make some sense. You don't want to be too rusty. So maybe if we close them out in 5, we won't wait too long. Maybe a couple weeks. Um, maybe a couple less days where you don't want to come out flat that first game in the finals. But I think I call for the series going to be over in 5 games from the get. I posted it on IG. I said it, I think, on here. I don't know if I said it on here because we've been missing a lot of episodes lately. Like I said,
Yeah.
scheduling be crazy. But I posted it on IG and I said it in group chat, like Warriors in 5. Like I didn't see how all these national reporters, media, or whatever you want to call them, old players, um, gave the Warriors no fucking respect. They were picking the
Hmm.
Mavs. They were picking Luca. Like, you gonna pick the Warriors to lose against the Mavs with all of our championship pedigree, with all of our championship experience, with all of our vet leadership, with 3 of the best players in the game, still with Steph, Clay, and Dre. Um, it was just a little bit disrespectful. And it's like that Roy Jones song, y'all must have forgot. Like, y'all
Hmm.
must have forgot what the Warriors are. Like, at our essence, before KD, this is what the Warriors are: a deep team who can shoot, play defense, and, well, we've gotten away from with the turnovers. We gotten really bad with the turnovers, but
Yeah.
we didn't used to be as bad. We would protect the ball a little bit better. But that's more what this team is. Everybody's scoring. Everybody's in double figures. It's not like KD where he's taking over. It's just KD and Steph, Clay a little bit. It's Wiggins contributing, and I'll give you your props on that. You call Wiggins. You called Looney. I called Otto Porter. We've all been on our shit. I was hating. I ain't gonna front.
Hmm.
I was hating on Wiggins, but I think some of that was deserved.
Yeah.
He's doing it now, but throughout the playoffs, he wasn't. He's been good defensively, but
He's been getting
offensively,
better.
he's had some stinking games. He's had that first
Yeah.
half where he
Yeah.
had 0 for 6 or 7 or something. But
Yeah.
I mean, the last few games, he's been killing the Mavs. He's been off the hook in this Mavs
Hmm.
series. Jordan Poole has not been as good. He's been
Yeah.
cooling off. I
Kind
think
of.
we're
Yeah.
seeing that he needs to mature. I mean, I never got ahead, but I think y'all got a little bit ahead on him, thinking that he was already like a superstar.
No,
I
yeah.
think he
Rising
has a
star.
lot of. I don't know. I think he's gonna be a good player. I don't know if he's ever gonna be like a star, like to carry the team. Because defensively, man, I'm telling you, I said it from the get. He's not good defensively, like, at all.
He's he's
He
getting
gets
better.
lost. He's like looking around. Guys are running right by him.
Hmm.
Guys are taking him
Hmm.
to the post, posting him up.
Hmm.
He does have a couple steals here and there, which is good. And offensively, I think we talked about this. He just needs to get a little more physical. He needs to put on like maybe like 5'10"
Yeah. Some
pounds,
little
seven
muscle.
seven
Yeah.
pounds, some muscle, and start getting a little physical. Steph did it later on in his career when he
Yep.
started realizing he had to start hitting the weights because guys were
Yep.
going at him, guys were shoving him,
Hmm.
and he still gets shoved, but he
Exactly.
can he can take those hits a little bit better. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, back to the disrespect. I just feel like we were getting mad disrespect. Luca this, Luca that. That was the whole talk going in the series.
Yeah.
Luca beat the Suns. We ain't the fucking Suns. Let's get that shit straight right now.
Mm-mm.
Warriors are not the fucking Suns. We ain't Cliff Paul. We ain't choking it up. I think he's like 0-8 in like fucking game sevens or some weird shit like that.
Yeah.
He never gets the job done. Where we have championship pedigree. That's the phrase we're gonna use constantly. Championship
Experience.
pedigree. Yeah, we're that old team you don't want to fuck with. And we said it. We called the season. We said seeding don't matter. Once we get in, we're gonna be championship contenders. And we got the receipts to
Hmm.
back it up. We both put money on the Warriors to win it all.
Yep. Should
We're
put
there.
more.
We're halfway there, more than halfway there now. But I just feel like, man, the disrespect was ridiculous. They always disrespect the Warriors though. National
Especially what's
media,
his name? Nick Wright.
Perkins, Nick
Perkins.
Wrong, all those dudes.
Stay hating.
But everybody, like, even like on 95.7 Steinmetz,
Yeah.
they were
Somebody. Yeah. Well, I
Steinmetz
was
picked the
hearing.
Mavs.
Well, he was. What I heard was that it was more because everybody had bet the war. I mean, everybody had picked the Warriors, so he wanted to be that.
Different.
That difference. So
I just didn't see any way. I mean, not like the series is over, but I'm gonna say it's fucking over. I didn't see any way the Mavs could beat us. They're not that Memphis series. That was the series I was most worried about throughout the whole season. We had arguments, me and E Major, about this.
hmm
He was saying they're not playoff ready. I was like, they are though. Memphis is the real
yeah,
deal. and they showed. Even though we won in 6, we kind of got a little bit lucky because 2 of them games we kind of almost blew, and they
The
they
first
they
one.
blew it worse than us. So
Hmm.
it could have been a 7 games,
I
and
think,
it
yeah,
could have been
yeah,
7, and they could have actually beat us if
yeah.
Ja didn't get hurt. I'm not gonna say
Well,
we were
they
the better
beat us
team
without Ja.
overall.
Hmm.
Yeah, we were the better team overall. Ja was solid, but I mean, Warriors are deeper than anybody, and that's a big factor. Their depth is a problem for anybody. Um, but that was like other than the Celtics, that's going to be our toughest matchup. Was that that Memphis series, and it kind of prepared us for the rest because like now it's kind of like coasting. Like you don't have that pressure you had from Memphis. They were young and strong and fucking physical,
Hmm.
and they were coming at us the whole fucking 60 minutes. Whereas, except for that one game where we smashed them for like 30, but the Mavs are like they don't have that defensive intensity that Memphis has. They don't have the physicality. Uh,
Hmm.
Dylan Brooks, even though he wasn't that great this series shooting wise, he was kind of tough on Steph. He was covering Steph well. Uh, Jaren Jackson was giving us problems offensively and defensively a little
Watch
bit.
blocking, yeah.
Yeah, blocking some shots. Um, the one thing that surprised me was the way we were able to just dominate the boards against Memphis. Like I didn't see that shit happening at all. Um, but it just gave us like it gave us confidence. I think like it gave the Warriors confidence. Like the Mavs, and then you got the Mavs. It's kind of like when the Niners used to play the Cowboys, and then we whipped them or whatever they whipped us. Whoever won that game ended up in the Super Bowl. You already knew they were going to win it. It's like kind of had that feeling
Hmm.
like where if we get past these guys, this is gonna be our toughest test. We're gonna be playoff proven, and we're gonna be ready to because ain't nobody gonna match their physicality. And the Mavs definitely haven't been able to do so. We've been able to drive to the hoop. They had a couple of shot blocks last night, but I mean, for the majority of the series, Steph's been able to drive in there, hit a lot of layups. Wiggins been able to run. Oh, we didn't talk about that. That Wiggins dunk. I think I'm gonna say that was the best dunk in playoff history. I mean, I could be biased and I could be like just not remembering the older school dunks.
Hmm.
Jordan probably ripped on some fools, I'm sure. I think Vince Carter had a couple
That was
playoff rips.
nasty. That was
Was that in the
nasty.
playoffs though?
Which one, Vince
Was it
Carter?
one of the Vince Carter ones that were those playoff dunks?
That was Olympics. I know the one for
Yeah,
Olympics
I know
was
the
the
Olympic one. I don't know.
might have that.
To me, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that would rival that because he took off from far, and the fact it was on Luca, and not only that, the finish, he didn't just like slam it; he fucking like cocked it back and yammed that shit down. That
Hmm.
shit was like we were watching that shit at your spot uh
Hmm.
after the going to the Johnny's mom's burial,
R.I.P.
which was sad. R.I.P. We were there to support him.
Yeah.
Then after that, we head over to get some food, and then we hit your spot, and then yeah, we were watching it live. Me and little Leo were like, "Oh shit, god damn!" Like
Yeah.
he ripped that shit.
He
Wait,
killed him.
actually, was
He
that
murdered
at
him.
Red Robin? Was that at Red Robin or at your spot when he ripped it? No, it was at
I
your
think it was a,
spot because it was the fourth
yeah. I
quarter.
think
Yeah,
it was the fourth quarter. Yeah.
and the Mavs
Yeah.
were
And then for,
they were kind of coming back, right? That kind of like I think that kind of
no,
like
no, it was going back and forth. Like we would score, they would score. We hit a three, they hit a three. And after that, I think the last 3 minutes, that's when we took more control of the ball. But yeah, and it was funny too when Wiggins dunked on Luca. Luca like flopped in midair too, which I thought that was hilarious because uh, I mean the way how Wiggins positioned himself, he had his other arm, his forearm, kind of protecting him, and but so it came if it did touch Luca, I believe it was like more in the chest area, upper chest, nothing in the face. If it had been more in the face, you could have been like, oh, he's going with his elbow, none of that. But Luca decided to flop midair, which I thought was, I mean, that even made that dunk even more spectacular. And it's Wiggins too. Like I said, like I had said earlier, I think Wiggins, he has him. He's been improving each series, and that just shows him that before our playoff run this year, he's only played one playoff series with Minnesota. So therefore, he's still adjusting. I mean, I love that he's going in the paint and just trying to just dunk, and he's just showing his strength, and that was the reason I think the Warriors decided to make that trade, and because he has that wingspan, he's athletic, he's very durable. I believe like with only he's been here for two years, he hasn't missed no more than 10 games each season, and he's healthy, he's still young. And I'm pretty sure the Warriors are going to look at after this playoff run, see if they if they keep him. But he, so and also he's in like Curry, Clay, they're all all these superstars. Draymond is they're giving him his props, which is dope to see because the way how I see Wiggins, he's a very quiet player. Doesn't he does speak to media, but he's not um, he's like you can tell he's kind of chill, relaxed, laid back. So it's dope to see him get some recognition right now. The former number 1 pick. A lot of people didn't they weren't giving him the buzz title, but he was definitely not a superstar. He's not your typical number 1 draft pick that becomes a superstar, and that's and he learned his his role as a here with the Warriors, and I mean he's I think he's gonna get even better if we make it to the finals. So
Yeah, for
a lot of
sure.
people are calling him right now like the MVP. I would say I would give him his props, but Steph has definitely got that role
Yeah,
right
I would.
now.
Well, I don't know because Wiggins is doing the job defensively too.
He's been getting rebounds, yeah, but
Steph,
Steph is the
Steph,
one.
Steph ain't never have the defensive part. That's the thing with Steph.
The
But
only thing that is that turnovers that have been lazy passes sometimes, but
Draymond been
like
killing with them lazy ass, sloppy ass passes.
Draymond, yeah. But we're only one game away, reaching the finals, and me and you had the Warriors, going to the finals. So hope we get some of those cash. We'll show the receipts at the end of the year. So,
Yeah,
showing that these this my I picked the Warriors right before the season even started. So
yeah, I said it too. I mean, I took the. We were the ones never. I
let's
never really wavered either. I was like, we had that little stretch where we were like kind of weak, but I was like, we're gonna get everybody healthy. We're gonna be all right. Like I never thought, as long as we were in there and we were healthy, ain't no team really that matches up with us. Even like star power wise, they don't got a Steph, they don't got a Clay, they don't got a Pool now, they don't got a
experience. It come
Dre. Yeah, a lot of these teams were ISO
comes
ball.
in.
Like even the Mavs, it's just kind of Luca driving in and kicking it
Mm-hmm,
out. Uh,
mm-hmm.
Celtics are a team though. The Celtics are a team that will give us some
Yeah,
problems. I think. I still favor.
they're
I
getting
still would
banged
pick
up
us.
though.
I still would pick us to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like because they play good defense. They have a big man. They have a scorer in Tatum who would be hard to cover. I think you probably have to put Wiggins on him as well.
And Marcus
And
Smart, he plays
Marcus
a lot,
Smart.
good.
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
got a little squad, so they match up well. And they did. They were beating us in the only other game in the regular season where it was Steph, Clay, and Dre. And they were beating us, and then Steph went out, and that's when he missed all those games at the end of the season. But they were up pretty handily. I think like 12 or 14 points before Steph went out.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but what was that shit? Oh, anyway. Um, I like I said, I still pick the Warriors. I'd probably pick us in 6 against the Celtics, but I could see that being a real tough series for us, just because they're well coached. For the most part, they be blowing a lot of leads though, but um, I think we would probably run through the Heat. I think you're probably be looking at another Warriors in 5 against the Heat because all they got is Jimmy Butler. Really, they got Bam, but he don't do too much offensively. He had that 140-point game, but overall, you're not worried about Bam too much. Uh,
Yeah.
they got Lowry too, but Lowry, I mean, I don't know. That would be nice to get a little revenge
Oladipo.
on him. Like
Oh,
nice
they
to get a
got
little revenge on
Oladipo.
Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
Oladipo's solid. It'd be nice to get a little
Arrow.
revenge for that 20, what was it, 2019, 2018.
2019. Yeah, going with the Raptors.
Yeah, get some revenge for that shit because they got lucky. But I think we would probably stomp out the Heat pretty much. Give them a gentleman sweep. Give them 5 games. Warriors in 5 in that one. Um, but I think we take care of business tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. In the
Cavs
city.
in 5 in the city. I don't see any way we lose that game, barring bullshit refereeing. Uh, same recipe. Ball movement. Got to get better on turnovers. Play some solid defense. They're not the Mavs aren't going to shoot like they shot last night. That was kind of like I know they're a good shooting team overall, but that was fluke. That was like they shot really really well. I don't
Mm-hmm.
anticipate them shooting that well on the road again. I think it's a wrap. I will say that. Last night,
Hopefully,
I remember
hopefully.
I was telling you I was like, I think they're going to win one of these 2 games. I kind of had a feeling they were going to win one of those 2 games. But I wasn't gonna bet on the Warriors last night. Just felt like they were gonna they weren't really tripping. They wanted to win it in Chase Center.
Hmm.
So I think they close out business tomorrow night. I'm gonna miss the first half too. I gotta fucking go to an MRI at 6 o'clock. Weak ass
Damn, late
scheduling on
as
my part.
MRI.
Did some weak scheduling on my part. Get my Achilles checked out, but I had already rescheduled it for some other shit, so I gotta go to this one. So I'm gonna miss first half essentially. But I'm gonna jump on it right as soon as I'm out of that shit. We got a comment here. Danny, what's up, Danny?
Daddy.
Pool careless with the yeah, I try to tell
Yeah,
these guys. I try to tell these
he
guys.
gets. The problem with that is Poole is too quick, and sometimes he tries to do a little bit too much. That's when he gets careless. He slips a lot, loses the ball, steps out of bounds. But this like once again, I mean, this is his first playoff series. He's just learning. All these guys. I mean, that's a good thing about it. They got Moody, Kuminga, even Poole. These guys are learning in the fly. They see how these guys are operating. They see how they pass. They see how Draymond, takes control. They see Steph. Sometimes they're, you see Steph telling them come this way. You see Draymond, telling them where to go. I think sometimes these guys are just, they start watching the game. What they got to learn is they got to be part of it.
Eh,
Especially how we
Poole
cut, we
Poole
run.
makes too many bonehead plays. The 8 second, that one. He had some other weird shit he
Yeah, that
did.
was yeah, but that was Porter. He slowed it down. He stopped, gave it a
You got to
Pool.
be aware.
But
Like
Pool, yeah, you got to be, yeah,
even the
definitely, yeah,
announcer
you got to,
saying this never happens. Like this rarely ever
yeah,
happens. Like
yeah,
you got to
you
get your
got to
head in
be
the
more.
game. But I mean, overall, like I do like the spark that Poole brings to the team.
Mhm.
He's capable. That's why I never wanted him to starting. We had argued about that. I didn't want him
Yeah.
starting because I thought he was better off the bench for the team. Because when you have
Hmm.
Steph, Clay, and Poole on the floor, you're giving up a lot defensively. Because Steph, I mean, he's not terrible, but he's not great defensively. So they're gonna attack him, and then the same with Poole. Like that, that leaves you two liabilities on the court when they're on the court at the same time, especially starting out the game. And Poole, it's good to have him coming off the bench because you always have a big major scorer on the floor. So I
Hmm.
like Poole leading that second unit. Um, and explosively, like offensively, I don't really have any problems with him offensively other than some of the bonehead turnovers. But I said Shaq in the pool because he be doing some Shaq in the pool kind of stuff. Uh, but like I will give him his props. He is that he can ignite the team offensively when we're struggling a little bit. He can drive. Got to get a little bit better physically though. We were talking about that. He needs to bulk up. Definitely. But I mean, I will give him his props. He has been a spark for the team. He has helped us out in the playoffs, early rounds. Denver, he was really solid going against some their backup guards. I figured he wasn't going to be as good against Memphis. I called that. I was like, they're more physical. They're going to score on him. They're going to get him tired. And he didn't have too many big games against Memphis. I think the last three he was pretty bad actually. But this series he's been kind of up and down. He had two good games and two like kind of disappearing act games where he wasn't too much of a factor. But he did hit that clutch three in game three when we
Hmm.
were I think we were up like four. I think he pushed 7 if I'm not mistaken, something like that. It was a clutch three, and that was big. So even though he didn't have like huge impact stat wise, he did have a couple big shots, a couple good shots in that. So I,
Yeah, he
I
was
hope
part
he
of that
just
run last night too.
I hope he just needs some time and like some of the but some of the awareness. I don't know. I think he just may be that guy that's not like a very aware court presence.
He's gonna
Like
improve. He's gonna get better.
sometimes they don't improve that though. We'll
No,
see.
he'll. As you can see, the front, the coaching, the front office, the culture, to be in this team, uh, um, it's win now. I mean, we have. I would say after this run, probably have our window to winning more championships is 2 to 3 years. So this the the Warriors have changed the culture right now for hoops. It's uh, you know, let's win championships. We got that core. We got a new younger core. So
And we
we want
drafted
to
all that
continue.
too.
Yeah, it's
All
all
drafted.
homegrown talent, all homegrown talent. So it's the culture. I mean, and in coaching too. I mean, look at the difference right now with when Mike Brown. When Kerr was out for COVID. You can see. the team look like they look a bunch of lummies out there for a minute. But Kirk came back, and then they regrouped, refocused, and so I mean it's I mean you saw the improvement of Poole, when he went to the G League. He gained his confidence. Now he's part of this lineup. I think he's going to continue to get better.
Yeah,
So
I hope so, because
give him
I mean,
time. Give him time. Give him time. Give him time.
if he can bring all that stuff together, then I think he could be like a star. Right now, I see him. It's hard to compare him to Stephen Clay because they're
Oh no, yeah, he's not.
once in
Yeah.
a generation. But I think a lot of Warriors fans are expecting him to just. They're already like, oh, he's just going to carry.
Make
He's
that
gonna,
jump.
I don't know about that.
No,
I don't know if he's ever going to be those guys, but he could be. That's what I'm saying. He could be maybe a star, but I don't think he'll ever be like a superstar. Like
I'll put him as a rising star right now. So he has potential.
He has potential. Yeah, potential.
He has potential.
But I got to see some things shored up, like before I jump on that ship and just say he's that. A lot of Warrior fans are jumping the gun a little bit, I think. But I mean, definitely explosive offensively for sure. D-Lee, Danny, D-Lee be lumbing it. He be having hella fouls. He be missing hella threes.
He be getting that 1-3 here and there. You seen him I would say a little bit, but
Moody's a better option. We call that.
I was saying give Moody some minutes more.
I said Moody or Kuminga.
I mean,
you said Moody for sure.
I would say I mean, Damian Lee, I mean, he's he's one of those players, you just plug him in here and there. And once you plug him in, if you don't see he's not doing nothing, take him out, put Moody. Let him learn. Let him, get learn in the fly, learn with his team. Get in there. And also I seen Moody a little confused once again. I'd rather see Moody be like that than Damian Lee.
That in Kuminga. You've seen that in Kuminga's eyes too. He has those moments where he's like,
oh shit, what's going on? Like, what I'm saying? Which is because most of these plays are, you got to be cut, you get set screens, passing. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's one of the youngest players in the playoffs.
In the playoffs. Yeah,
I think he is the youngest player in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
See him getting boards and putbacks.
Yeah, you'll see that. Yeah, you'll see that here and there. But there's sometimes I'm like,
I don't fuck with him, Danny. I don't know.
What are you doing? But I mean,
he contributed last year though. He was good last year.
Yeah, I would say definitely last year.
It's weird how like Juan Toscano don't get any run.
It's a different squad. We got more talent. I mean, we got more talent now.
But I think he should get more run, honestly, because he can play so many positions, dude. Like, and he's good defensively.
He can, but then you could tell him too. Like, he gets mad at himself if he messes up an assignment. You see that. You can see that. We got to be quick too with these guys. I mean, that's what it is. You got to.
Well, he's another body you could throw. Luka,
even though we're an older team.
Mm-hmm. We haven't had a foul trouble. That's why you haven't seen him either.
Yeah,
we've been doing pretty well not to. I mean, honestly, you get a little physical on Luka, and he'll still get his points, but you could tell like the flow is disrupted.
His calls too.
Yeah, he gets a lot of calls. He travels a lot. He be on that frequent flyer traveling package, taking hella steps. But that's what I wanted to get to. Like Luka. Okay, before the series, he was popping all that shit with the Suns. They were going back and forth, this and that.
Got a rivalry. That's what it is,
talking shit to Devin Booker. But then, we beat him 3 games, and all of a sudden, I'm only 23. I'm only this. I'm only that. I'm learning. Come on, man. You can't have it both ways. You can't have the media calling this dude the next Larry Bird, Michael Jordan. I heard him mention the Michael Jordan conversations, like a young Michael Jordan, the way he dominated. He's good. But they're trying to make – I don't ever want to hear – Luka Doncic and Michael Jordan in the same fucking conversation. Oh, no. Michael Jordan played fucking defense. I don't see no defense out of Luka. They be taking him to the rack. Even little ass Steph be taking him to the rack, serving him. He's got a lot to learn defensively. I don't know if he's ever gonna be that good. I don't think he's that quick laterally.
Yeah, he has his shooting is nice.
Shooting, but I'm saying defensively. He's a liability.
That's something he would have to improve. It all depends on the coaching staff. I
don't think he's quick enough laterally. He's more lanky. He's not like I don't know if he can to do that little crab shuffle and side to side. I don't know if he has that. He's just kind of big and like, you know what I mean? He's not really he's athletic, but he ain't like, I don't know. We'll see. But I see guys blowing right by him, you know what I mean? Taking him to the rack. Wiggins
Hmm.
shitting on him. Wiggins been taking him to the rack a few times. So I don't know. I don't know. I think Luka's gonna be good. He can shoot with the
We did
best
take
of
him
them.
out. Yeah, I mean, we did take him out. We taken him out of his game right before our series. I think he was averaging 9 assists. I think right now he's getting most is 5 or 6. So we've been disrupting his game. So that's all. That's another thing too. Our defense is a little bit different from the Suns, and I would say he probably played harder against the Suns because they have a their rivalry. It's much better than Dallas and Warriors. I mean, I don't know if you've seen him and Booker. They talk a lot of shit back and forth. So
Well, him and Clay have been getting into a little bit here and there,
yeah,
and then him and
they've
Draymond
been
too.
barking. Yeah, they've been barking.
I think he's good. I just didn't like hearing that. Oh, I'm only 23. Like, come on, bro. I don't hear no great saying that. I never heard Michael Jordan say, "Oh, I'm only 23." When he was losing his early in his career, he's losing some of them games before he got Scotty.
Jason Kidd said the same thing too. He's like, after that, after game three, the whole team sounded defeated. I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard Jason Kidd. He was, you guys, a lot of you guys didn't have us here. We're learning. Most of you guys should be on vacation, but you're not because we're here. A lot of you guys didn't know. Nobody picked us going to the finals. So, I mean, they were just, they got their ass smacked, especially at Dallas. So, you know,
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't like hearing. I was like, "Come on, that's an excuse." Like, just told you, El. You don't even have to mention that I'm only 23 now. You know what I mean? Like that.
yeah.
That looks soft. That looked like some soft bullshit, new age bullshit.
Yeah, and then that's
Where
a
you
little Rolly, though, on the press conference. He let that shit bling.
be talking about bunnies and hops and all this shit.
Oh,
Man,
man,
I
Wiggins,
don't want to hear
he
that.
got posterized. He got posterized.
I don't want to hear that 23 and I'm learning shit.
I
Just
want to
take the
see
L.
that in the.
What the fuck is that?
Okay,
Yeah, text.
the show.
Oh shit. All right.
Oh damn. Hope everything's cool.
We've been keeping it cool. Yeah, but not like we used to. Anyway, uh
Goddamn GDBs.
uh yeah, back to the Dubs. I think we take care of business tomorrow and Dubs up. Me and Leo
Let's
gonna
go, Momo.
cash
Let's
out on them.
go. We gotta win the finals. We gotta win the finals, though. For me to cash out, I gotta
I'm
win the
gonna have
finals.
to hedge my bet. I have to. I'm not.
Hell no. Right. I
You,
let that
you
shit
gotta hedge.
ride.
I would let it ride against Miami, but I ain't letting that shit ride against Boston. Might get some cheap ass hometown referee shit. I don't know. I don't know. That Boston scares me a little tiny bit.
It's funny too. I'm on Twitter, and then a lot of Laker fans are already saying, "Hey, if it's a Lakers, I mean, if it's a Warriors Celtics finals, they're gonna be cheering for the Warriors because I guess they have a deep hatred against each other. They hate each other.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was like,
they
all
hate them
right.
more than they hate the Warriors. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, they
fact.
don't give a fuck about us, which is true because we don't care. We don't give a fuck about them either.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that Celtics scare me a little bit, but I would
They're
still
getting
pick
banged up.
us.
That series is gonna go to 7. They're gonna be banged up. They're gonna be banged
It'll
up.
be
I
tough
mean,
series, but the Warriors should win it.
but
I
yeah,
would think
we should.
our
Warriors
depth
in
would shine
6
through.
against the Celtics.
What we got? Danny got some shit popping off over here. As
What you
Danny
got,
says,
Dave? What you got?
they just let the second unit in yesterday
That's what
finish.
I was thinking. At least get like
They were
3 or
gonna, but
tie.
when you got it to 8, it was like, oh shit, we got a chance to win this. Because they still had like 3 minutes
I
left, I
see.
think.
There was like 3 minutes, under 3 minutes, I believe.
Yeah,
I was like,
Kerr
I
was
was
like,
thinking
fuck
the
it, let's
same
get this
thing,
win.
Danny. I was thinking the same thing. Let this team bang it out, see what they could do. Because I mean, Poole fouled out, and then I think that was another reason too. So you throw in Curry, Steph, but then after that it went back to 10. I think it went down to 12, and then back to 10. So I was like, okay, yeah. But they had it close though. I mean,
All right, well, we'll be talking some more Dubs pretty soon. Uh,
Hopefully, yeah.
let's take care of business
Hopefully, we.
tomorrow. We won't.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little boxing here. We had some boxing news, and we had some arguments about this in the group chat already. You know how it goes down. It'd be going down in the group chat.
Well,
This
so
group chat,
what?
me, Big Leo, and E Major. It's Major. So Canelo and Triple G3. This is a polarizing subject. Canelo's a polarizing personality. Like he gets a lot of hate or he gets a lot of love. Either you love
Yeah.
him or hate him. Basically, that's what I'm seeing the last few years, and I don't really know where the hate comes from. Like I said, I admit I was hard on him his first couple years before he, because I thought some of them catch weights he was making were kind of like whatever. I kind of thought he was getting some easy spoon fed matches. But to me, like I've said this on here before too, he's been stepping it up. But he stepped it up more than anybody in the game. Mayweather's
Hmm.
gone, so he's the face of boxing right now. And I guess a lot of bitter Mayweather fans like are mad that Canelo gets a lot of love. And some people say he's better than Mayweather, which I never said. Personally. Danny
Hmm.
has a comment. Started playing like, yeah, okay, we're done, Danny. We're talking boxing now, bro. Uh, right on though. Uh, but yeah, I just feel like I never thought that Canelo and Mayweather are different fighters altogether.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
never thought like when the people were talking that shit, like, oh, Canelo's better than Mayweather. I don't know. Like it's a hard conversation, but I think that's where a lot of it stems from. And then I don't know. I guess a lot of GGG fans just don't like Canelo either.
Hmm.
Um, but like to me, like Canelo has been fighting. We talked about how many times a year he fights. Like who else be fighting? Like even through COVID, this dude was throwing him 2, 3 times a year, which and a lot of other people weren't doing.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Like I think he gets a lot of hate, and then like a lot of it stems from him. They say he's ducking these young cats, Andrade, Charlo, Benavidez. I don't
Hmm.
see that because these dudes refuse to fight each other. That's my thing. Like, how are y'all gonna be critical of Canelo when his resume is better than all these three guys' resumes combined? Just his resume, the last 10 fights, is better than all their resumes combined. So how are
Hmm.
you still gonna hate on Canelo? Like, keep that same energy for these young cats who should be getting in there and trying to step it up and make big fights. And Charlo ain't even young. Charlo's older than Canelo. That's what these motherfuckers don't even realize. Charlo's older than Canelo by a month or two. And where's his big fights at? He been in the game for a minute. How come he don't got no Mayweathers? How come he don't got no Danny Jacobs? How come he don't got no Bivol? How come he don't got no Triple G once, Triple G twice, Triple G thrice? How come he don't got none of that shit? Where's
Yeah.
Charlo's big wins? You anybody can go look up his resume. He ain't got nobody on there. So I think like a lot of casual fans just get on some shit and start trying to shit on the king because right now Canelo, even though he took that L, he's still the king. Uh, pay-per-view wise, I released my list, the controversial list in the group chat. Uh, I had Terrence Crawford above Canelo, pound for pound wise, but when it comes to like pay-per-view and face of the sport, Canelo is still that. Like, uh, Crawford didn't take that over. I think Crawford could do that eventually if he gets a win against Spence and then goes up and beats Charlo like he wants to do. But until that, I can't give. Canelo gets the pay-per-view buys. Canelo, everybody wants that payday off of Canelo. That's what I was telling E Major yesterday. These dudes need Canelo. Canelo don't need these dudes. He could
Yeah.
fight. How many options right now could Canelo fight and make about 30 million? Let's just do it off the top of the head. Charlo, Benavidez, uh, Andrade, he's probably making 30. He could rematch Bivol, the rematch with Triple G, rematch Plant. I even said Jake Paul. He could go the Mayweather route. He could get like 50, $100 million, fight Jake Paul, beat the shit out of Jake Paul if he really wanted to. He has options. He really is the shot caller in the whole sport. Nobody else can call the shots he calls. So I kind of get where E Major was coming from, where he says, Canelo should just go and fight these younger cats. But I'm like, at the same time, like these dudes ain't fighting nobody. So if they fought each other, if one of them, like say Benavidez and Charlo fought, the whole, not just the boxing public, but the general public would be saying, okay, the winner of this needs to get that. So say Benavidez beats Charlo, or Charlo beats Benavidez, they're gonna be like, okay, this dude's for real. He gets that Canelo shot. Everybody's gonna say Canelo's weak as fuck if he ducks him. That would be the move to make. But these dudes don't want to take that risk, which is why I thought Canelo took the bigger risk. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, who's Bivol? He's nobody." Bivol was good. I said this shit on the podcast. I thought Canelo would win the
Yeah.
fight, but I gave Bivol his props. Like I said, he's a solid 175 dude, and Canelo wanted to fight him up at 175. So that was the tougher fight. Then the Benavidez, then the Charlo, then the Andrade to me. And we talked about this on the episode after we dropped that meme, and then we blew up a little bit. We had Canelo tweet us out.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this on there, how the same similar stuff. But what are your thoughts on this? Like, I know you were kind of like in between. I know you're kind of like a GGG fan too, a little bit. You like
Yeah.
GGG?
Yeah. I mean,
So
I
let's hear
like
your
Canelo.
perspective on it.
I'm more of a. I would say I'm more of a Canelo fan than a Triple G. I always like Triple G style, like it. He way how he fought and Mexican style and all that shit. But I would say this is a smart move for Canelo. After Bivol, I don't want to say he got exposed, but I think that I think Canelo reached the weight or a limit that was it. You can't go any further. That's it. Like you did. I mean, you already accomplished a shitload of titles. You won. You made much money. I mean, now the zone is gonna start charging you for your pay-per-view now. Like before the zone, you watch Canelo's fights. Now the zone is gonna start charging, a pay-per-view to watch Canelo's fight. So, he's gonna start making more money with that. So now with the Triple G, I think this is a smart move. I mean, just fight all these guys, with their Triple Gs. I think we were talked about a couple episodes ago. I was like, go fight the Triple Gs. Go fight the Charlo, Benavidez, Andrade, what's in Berlanga, and all these guys. Go ahead.
Berlanga ain't fighting nobody.
Fight all these guys. Go ahead. And the thing is, you're still gonna have people watch it. You can have people still ordering the pay-per-views. You're still gonna have people get the zone and all that. So I mean, he's much. How old is he? Right? I know. How old is Canelo? 32, 30. How old is he? 33.
I believe 33.
Yeah.
Charlo's
Those
a
are
little older. Everybody says Charlo's young, but Charlo's fucking old too.
Yeah. So, and we all know, we all know that Canelo loves fighting in Cinco de Mayo. We all know that Canelo likes to fight September. Mexican Independence Day. We like
September 17th for this fight.
Yeah, so that he likes to have those two fights, and sometimes he'll throw a fight in January, and then he'll throw sometimes a fight in December. So we've seen Canelo, right now in his career fight at least three times a year. So he has that, he's fighting. He's not ducking nobody, and of course he's gonna try to get as much belts at. He like he said, he wants to be known as Mexico's greatest boxer. Why? So right now, where your career point of your career right now, go do that, beat all these guys. Maybe there's another younger cat that comes up, and just do that. I mean, because if let's say
we lost you a little bit.
you just got booted. I'm back.
Yeah, it's like off. Your audio is a little bit. Let me see.
Right. I'm back.
Oh, you're cool now.
Am I back? All right.
Back.
So what was I saying? Just fight these guys, and just chill, because you're at a point of your career, you're in you're still in your early 30s. But as we've seen, we don't want these older legendary boxers get sick, get health issues, having speech, can't talk properly, all these CTE. We want to see our boxing legends, get older and have a nice life. So I would, I say this is the right move for Canelo. I mean, go ahead and whip on these dudes, and like I was saying, let's say for example, let's say in Vegas they gave Canelo the victory. Let's say these refs just gave him the victory. We all know that Canelo was going to go if he had beaten Bivol. There was talk that he was going to go fight Usyk. But if he fights Usyk, you don't want to see. I wouldn't want to see his Canelo getting his ass whipped by a fucking heavyweight. I mean, just because he thinks that he's capable of going up all of these weights and and trying to snag all these titles. So I'm kind of glad that that was it. You reached your limit. You reached your ceiling for weights. Just now, let's go down a couple of weights and just chill, eat off these dudes
Yeah.
because all
So
these dudes are gonna
so
want to fight him. So
so E Major obviously had a problem with the. We're trying to get him on, but he's busy. He's a busy man, very busy. Um,
yeah,
he has a problem with this fight. Do you have a problem with this Triple G3?
actually, I thought like I mentioned before, I thought the first one, I thought either Triple G won or a draw, but I didn't think Canelo won. The second one, a lot of people say, "Oh, I think Triple G won," but they
Yeah,
went toe to toe. I think Canelo won that one for sure. Um, so I would say, also Triple G's much older. The couple of fights that he didn't look too impressive. The power is slowly declined. He's a little bit much slower, and the way how we seen Canelo, because the shots that he was giving Bivol, I mean, Bival's a much a little bit taller, but much heavier, bigger dude. He was eating those punches, but we all saw how he left his arms all bruised up. Uh, I mean, I would say this is a bad choice for Triple G. I know he wants to get paid. I know he wants to continue. Plus, this fight would be, Mexican Independence Day. Like he would say, I fight Mexican style. So of course, he's gonna get paid. So, but I would right now, I would say Canelo in 8.
yeah, I agree. Uh, but I do. So you don't have a problem with the fight, though,
I
right?
have no problem this fight. I'm pretty sure I would order it too. I mean, yeah, I'll probably
My
order it.
thing is that a lot of GGG fans still talk shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Of
So you
course,
gotta close this shit out. I
yeah, close it up.
personally, I thought Canelo won the first fight. I watched it again recently too.
I gotta watch that.
Canelo
I
was
remember you
landing the
saying that.
harder, cleaner shots. GGG was landing a lot of soft ass jabs, but it was like a little tappy tap.
Hmm.
Canelo was counter punching. Canelo could have been busier, but he was winning. Like he was countering, he was landing the harder. I think he had an edge in power shots for sure, slight edge. Um, so I don't see where but I think Canelo was already getting hate back then. Like a lot of people hated him for some reason. I don't know why. Even back then. Um, and so I don't know. I just feel like I thought he won that first fight. He definitely won the second fight. I don't think that one was really close. I thought Canelo pretty
Hmm.
much worked him that whole fight overall. But the first fight, I wasn't even mad at the draw. I'm like, okay, there was some rounds that were close, but I thought Canelo. Even rewatching it, I thought Canelo won the fight. I think I had it 7-5. I think by a
Okay.
round, maybe two, maybe 8-4, maybe two. Uh, But, I wasn't, like, bitching about the draw. A lot of people
Hmm.
were like, "Oh, this was a robbery." I don't see how you could say it was a robbery when Canelo was landing the harder, cleaner shots. Um, and GGG was just throwing that jab, and it wasn't a thudding jab, it was like a pawing jab. So, to me, I thought Canelo definitely got that one. Second one, I gotta rewatch that one again, but I didn't think that one was really close at all, like I said. So, this ain't the best fight, but, you know, I don't think Canelo should rematch Bivol at 175 ever. Uh,
Hmm.
I just think he doesn't belong. I never thought Canelo belonged at 175 ever. I always thought that was doing too much going up
Hmm.
to that weight class.
And he
Even
got
when
lucky; he didn't get hurt. That he's lucky he didn't get hurt bad. Because
he went up and fought Kovalev, I didn't really like that move to go up that many weight class. Like
it was a smart move.
175.
Kovalev was declining. It was a smart fight for him.
Yeah, but at the same time, because I criticized, Roy Jones for doing the same thing when he went up and fought Ruiz. You go up and you fight the weakest dude and you get the belt. All right, what does that really prove? Like,
Hmm.
to me, that's not like I didn't really like that move by Roy. I didn't really like that move by Canelo. Kovalev, like you said, he was already past his prime. So going up
Hmm.
and doing that and then coming back right back down didn't really do nothing.
Yeah.
That was a champ that was on his way out already. So I never understood that. So I didn't think, Bivol, I thought Canelo would win skill wise. But Bivol proved to be a great fighter. He was very smart, tactical, um, stayed at home, technically sound, didn't extend himself, didn't throw many hooks or uppercuts. It was all 1-2s through the whole fight. Couple body shots sprinkled in there, but he never gave Canelo that opening to counter really, or even attack.
Hmm.
You know, when Canelo was coming at him, he had the defense up. He was blocking a lot of those shots. So I don't think at 175 Canelo could have an answer. At 168, I think you're looking at a good fight. I would probably pick Canelo by a slight decision, but I think that's going to be another good fight. And I wouldn't be shocked if Bivol won. But if I was
Hmm.
betting on it, I would pick Canelo, just because I think that's more for his natural weight. And then Bivol will probably be a little bit drained coming down. That's 7 pounds. That makes a difference, especially when you're coming down when you've been at like 175 for so many years. Honestly, I don't think they should maybe just ignore that rematch. Just do something else because either way, if Canelo loses again, he's gonna have to build an excuse. Oh, I can't fight at 175. If Bivol comes down and loses, he's gonna have the excuse. Oh, I don't fight at
Hmm.
168. I want to try to be great. So maybe just let that go. Canelo can just eat that L. I mean, he probably wants to
Hmm.
get revenge, but
See,
even if he beats,
just take that
even
out. Just take that out, man.
if he beats Bivol at 168, all of his haters are still gonna say the same thing. Like, oh, he made him come down. He drained him and then he beat him. So he really ain't
Hmm.
gonna get nothing out of that unless he can somehow go up to 175 and win a rematch. But I don't know if that's possible for Canelo. So if I was Canelo's advisor, I'd advise him just to stay away from that for a while. Maybe if it presents itself again down the road, you could take a look at something like that. But for now, maybe like 2 years from now, 3 years from now, Bivol's not that old, so it'll probably be
Hmm.
around. Bivol is gonna want to get paid because let's be honest, Bivol ain't never gonna see any money like a Canelo fight. Um, Regardless how big he gets, he's not gonna be on Canelo's level star wise. Um, he might become popular, but yeah, Canelo's like Beatles popular, superstar popular, fucking Michael Jackson popular, pretty much. He's the face of the game, so he's gonna want to get some money eventually because he's gonna fight some guys, and even if he fights like a Zerto up there. That's another one who wants to fight Bivol. Zerto Ramirez. If he fights him, that's not gonna make that much dough. So I think Bivol, you know, he's a disciplined fighter. He's a smart guy. He probably knows in the back of his mind, Canelo is the way to go if you want to get paid,
Hmm.
especially like when he
Yeah.
gets later in both of their careers and they both want to make some money on the way out. Maybe come back to that 3 or 4 years down the road possibly. But for Canelo, I think if he takes care of GGG, then yeah, he should entertain the thought of taking on David Benavidez or Charlo. I don't think Andrade's in the running because out of the three, I think those two. Well, I don't know. Andrade maybe better than Charlo. Technically, I think he's a little bit better than Charlo. He's a little bit faster on his feet. I think. I
Hmm.
don't know. It's interesting because none of these guys are fighting each other, and that's the
Yeah.
whole crux of the problem is nobody wants to fight each other. A lot of these guys are PBC guys. Al Heyman, uh, Charlo, Benavidez are both PBC guys. Andrade, I think last I checked, he was with Eddie Hearn. I think he was the zone fighter. I don't know if that's changed since then. But
I heard anything.
but yeah, so that there seems like there's something with Canelo on that side of the street. Like I guess he doesn't want to do business with PBC. I don't know. I'm just speculating off the top of the head. I don't know for sure, but it seems like there's that way because there was big offers from them to take the Charlo and Benavidez fight. But it seems like he wants to
Hmm.
do business mostly with Eddie Hearn. I guess Eddie Hearn has looked out for him when De La
Yeah.
Hoya was robbing him and they were having beef. He left De La Hoya and they had already had like the zone partnership. So he already is
Hmm.
familiar with Eddie Hearn, and then now he's doing his fights mostly with Eddie Hearn. So it seems like
Yeah.
there's some trust there, or something where they're cool with each other, and it seems like Canelo seems to be loyal to Eddie Hearn right now.
Yeah. That's what
Just
it
my
looks like.
opinion. So I don't know. I think we're looking at something where I like what Canelo's doing though. He's making these dudes like if you really want to fight, you're gonna have to fight somebody. Like why haven't
Hmm.
these dudes? Why haven't Charlo, Andrade, or Benavidez? Why haven't they fought a GGG? Why haven't they fought a Danny Jacobs? Why haven't they fought each other? Why is David Benavidez fighting David Lemieux? What the fuck is that? Like David Lemieux is a 160 pounder who got destroyed by Triple G. He's old. He's 33 now. He looks slow. He didn't belong at
Yeah.
168 to begin with. Me and you, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Lemieux He went out on the shield. I'll give him his props. He did go out like a salve. He was swinging for the
Yeah,
fences, but he had no chance in that fight. He's too
yeah,
small and not
too
skilled
small.
enough, too slow, too
Yeah.
old. Um, so to me, a lot of people were like hyped up off the Benavidez, and Benavidez is holding 3 belts. But Benavidez, 2 of those belts are his old belts that he was holding, and
Hmm.
the other one was like an interim weird belt. I don't even know what the fuck. Canelo's
Yeah, that's funny
already the
belts.
Canelo's already the WBC champion, so I don't know what belt Benavidez won at 168. It's some kind of WBC belt. I don't because Canelo still has the belt, so I'm confused on that. Maybe somebody watching can clarify that, but I'm that shit confused
So
me.
many belts.
Me and my father-in-law were trying to look it up. Like, what the fuck? Like, how does Benavidez got belts? Because I know he lost his belt to the scale, and then I think he had a cocaine. He tested positive for
Oh
cocaine,
shit.
lost it for that, and then he just got that one. The one he fought for, it was like kind of like a paper championship because who did he even beat? It was an interim belt. I don't even know where it
Hmm.
came from. Just fucking mysterious belts materializing out of nowhere now. What the fuck? How are you the
Make your own
WBC
belt.
champ? Make your own belt. Jake Paul, make your own belt. Like Jake Paul made his belt. I'm not taking anything against Benavidez away because I like Benavidez. Like style wise, he's a big dude. He's got power. Got some good technique. Looks like he's getting a little bit better defensively. But if we're picking a fight, and for somebody to say that Canelo's ducking him, I think that's a big stretch. Like I didn't see enough to be like, oh, he could beat Canelo out of that fight. And opponent wise, I mean, David Lemieux was a prime candidate to be knocked out, and that's why they picked him. Undersized, underskilled for him, a little long in the tooth. So I think it was strategically it was good because most of the casual fans would go, "Oh, look, he knocked out Lemieux," but more of the non-casual, more into it, more purist boxing purist fans. We're gonna
Hmm.
be like, "What the fuck was that? Like, who'd he beat?" Like,
Yeah. So this,
yes.
we all
So
look. You gotta see who you beat and all that.
I think Benavidez is an up and coming good fighter. So I'm not gonna say like it's a little early because we haven't seen him tested. So I mean, if you guys really want this fucking fight, you got to go and fight somebody and get the public clamoring for the fight. We want that fight. I mean, they're starting to already, but to me,
Hmm.
once you beat a B level fighter at least, then you can get that real push and be like, okay, I beat Charlo, I beat Danny Jacobs, I beat Triple G, I beat one of Murata, even one of these
Hmm.
guys. Then you could really get that push and
Yeah.
be deserving of the fight. Because at the way it is now, Canelo could wait this out forever. That's what the most people don't understand is Canelo doesn't need this shit. He could take
Hmm.
anybody else and still make hella money. These dudes, if they want to get paid, they got to be hungry and show that they call themselves young lions. They're called the young lions. Well, shit, you better go fucking hunt. The fucking zebras ain't gonna come to you. Shit, you better go get that zebra, get that fucking meal. That's my standpoint. Like I always want to see the best fight the best, so I do want to see Canelo fight these dudes down the road, but I want to see him earn it too. Like, why are they just gonna get the easy payday? Like you said, payday, payday. You want payday? What are you doing to deserve this fucking payday?
Hmm.
That's my thing. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. But September 17th, I'm gonna be watching. And I'm not too hard on Canelo for that. E Major's like, oh, you're not hard on Canelo, but I'm like, but you're not hard on these other cats. Like, you
Yeah.
can't name me one fighter that these dudes have any of these 3 guys have beaten, but you're gonna say you want to see him fight Canelo based off what? That's what I was trying to get to the point with him, and he couldn't really answer. He's like, "Oh, you're deflecting." I'm like, "Nah, it seems like you're deflecting." So, we argue. That's what we seem to do. That's cool. We've been that way since 6th grade, so it is what it is. We differ on opinions, but we're both big boxing fans. So much respect to E Major. We got to get him back on here. We agree on some things, but Canelo is
Yeah,
one of the
which is
things we
good
don't
though. It's
agree on.
good.
Yeah,
It's,
but
it's good. It's good to disagree.
let's touch on some other boxing. We got the Raleigh Romero, and Tank Davis coming this Saturday. Interesting fight. Tank Davis said to be leaving Floyd Mayweather's promotional company at the end of this fight. Um, I don't know. There's been some in-house, I wouldn't say beef, but I think that Gervonta Tank Davis is a little bit bitter that not Canelo, that Mayweather. Oh shit! I got a call. Hold up. Hey, cover this real quick. My daughter's calling me. Hold up.
So, what are we talking
What's up,
about?
cat?
Still talking about Triple G,
Hey, what's up?
Canelo. So yeah, so this weekend, this Saturday, we're gonna have Tank Davis
Oh
versus
yeah, that's
Rolly
fine. That's
Romero.
cool.
I believe it's gonna be on
All
Showtime
right,
pay
just
per view.
call when you're outside. I'll let you know.
Uh, I really
All right.
haven't seen Rolly Romero fight. I've seen more
Yeah, so
Tank
call me when
Davis
you're outside. I'll
fights.
let you know.
So
Okay.
I would say
Or call
for
answer.
right now, I would say I would take Tank. Um, I've been seeing that. I might have. I don't know if I ever seen a Rolly Romero fight yet. So I've seen more
Oh,
of
okay,
Tank Davis.
Raleigh.
That's
I
yeah.
ain't really seen.
Have
I
I
seen like
seen
some
him?
highlights.
Was he from PBC?
He's awkward. I think he's PBC. He's
He's
awkward, dude.
wasn't
Like,
he? Wasn't this fight supposed to happen last year? But then he got caught up with some shit, right?
yeah, they got
With Sterling.
postponed. Sexual
So,
allegations
yeah,
or
I'm about to say
something.
sex. Yeah, some sexual. Yeah,
Sexual assault allegations.
allegations. Yeah, okay. So I guess he.
He's
I
awkward. He's a
haven't.
weird
I'm
dude.
trying
Like
to.
I watched some of the
Can't
Showtime All
remember any.
Access. He's just kind of a weirdo. But I mean, he
Uh,
got some power. I'll give him that. But yeah, I think Tank takes care of business. Like I was saying that. So before my daughter called, but Tank, he thinks that Mayweather's been kind of babying him too much. I think he wants to go out and make some of the big fights, which I respect. At least that's the rumors that he's like, he's kind of done with Mayweather promotions. He wants to go somewhere else and be in charge of his career, whether that be like free agency, kind of like take a fight here and there, kind of just
hmm
rotate around who's throwing the most money at you or the best fights. So I respect that if he really does what he says he does and what he wants to do. He was already talking shit to Haney this week. I posted it on the Gold Dirty Bastards Instagram. There was a
hmm
quote. Basically, he was saying basically that Haney's a paper. I'm paraphrasing here. That Haney's a paper champion. He got an email belt. Like I guess because he didn't really
Yeah, I've
fight
heard that.
belts.
Yeah,
And
we've been
basically,
hearing that since with Timo.
yeah. So they were
Um,
talking shit to each other. And basically, what Tank was saying is, after you take care of business with if you take care of business with Cambosos coming up, that's another big fight. Then
hmm
let's get the shit on. Let's settle this shit. You know,
hmm
basically, which I respect and I hope it actually happens
Yeah,
because that's gonna be a good fight if that
yeah.
happens. I would take Tank. E Major, I think he's a big Haney guy, so I think he would
Ah,
take Haney in that fight. So that's
that'll be a
another
good
one we
fight.
can argue about.
Yeah,
Some good
yeah.
arguments on here. Get him on for one of these episodes.
Yeah, yeah,
TBC.
and Haney's been having some issues. I believe his pops and another trainer have not been granted access to Australia. So Haney's Devin Haney is in Australia, but he's with the with Zab Judah and his camp. Um,
Yeah, because his
so
pops he has a felony from 30 years ago,
yeah,
and
from like
Australia is,
30.
I guess, really strict on that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and also
Camboso
yeah,
said he was trying to help him out because he doesn't want any excuses, so
yeah,
he was going to do everything he could to get his pops
yeah.
there, but it doesn't look like
and
it's
uh,
going to happen.
and also there is a rematch clause too. So and that rematch clause is also um, that fight would also happen in Australia again. So I was reading that up.
The
So
Aussies.
yeah,
All right,
that's fucked
so
up.
Who you picking? You got Tank.
I would
I know
take
you don't
Tank
know
just
much about
because
Raleigh, yeah, but yeah,
I can't remember if I've seen any matches, but I've seen more Tank. Tank's more physical. I like his style too, how he fights. So I'll definitely be watching this on Saturday. I'll definitely have a link. I'll be watching this at my niece's first birthday, and I'll be in the Yacht. So I'll be checking this
sure.
out. It might it might be I might watch rounds here and there, but most definitely I'll be on it. Send links to y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna try to watch it. Probably end up maybe on my phone
Yeah, most likely
too,
on my phone.
but maybe I'll watch it on the big screen. We'll see. No UFC this week. I don't think. At least nothing
I
I
haven't
know
seen
of.
anything. Mm-hmm.
Nothing I know of. But any other boxing matches coming up? I know we said the Cambosos. We said this one. Let me check real quick. See if there's anything else we can touch on boxing wise. What is the date of the Haney fight? Do you know?
I think it's June. I think it was in June. I
June
can't remember
30th?
exact. I don't think it's that. Is it that far away?
Nah, I don't know. Let me check. I'm gonna check right now. Schedule. So May 28th is the Trevanta. Yeah, it is next week. June 4th. Cambosos versus Haney. from
Oh, damn. Okay.
Australia. And then June 7th, what day is that? What the fuck? You got Noye Anuye, the monster versus Donaire, 12
Oh
rounds
shit.
in Japan. So that's a good one. Why the fuck is that on a? Let me see what the fuck date is that?
June 7th, ESPN Plus
It's on a
on a
Tuesday?
Monday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't mad though. It's probably gonna be hella early because it's in
It's
Japan
be on
too.
ESPN Plus. So if you have ESPN
You got a
Plus,
time for that?
nah. Yeah, that should
It's
be a
probably
good
one of
ass
them early.
card.
It's probably one of them like 5 a.m. like
Five,
GGG. I
three,
stayed up to
yeah,
like
3
5
a.m.
a.m.
fights. What
I'll
does
be
it
up for
show?
that
It
one.
is. Yeah, I'll be in Japan, in Saitama, Japan. So
I'll be
yeah,
up for
so
that one.
also July 23rd, you have the Usyk with that versus Anthony Joshua, 12 rounds. On
That's gonna be a good
that
one.
that will be on the zone, and that'll be for Usyk's WBA, WBO, IBF heavyweight titles. That
I
should be a
might be
good
picking the
one.
upset. I think I'm gonna be picking the upset in that one. I think
Also
Joshua may.
on the Tank Davis, Rolando Romero card, Lara's gonna fight Gary O'Sullivan for Lara's WBA regular middleweight title. Wow, I didn't know Lara was still
Lara
fighting.
is fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
He's still decent, but he's up there, man. Way up
Yeah.
there.
Let me see any
Anything else?
other notable fights.
There should be more summer fights. Where the fuck is Tiafimo? He took that L and he ain't been back. I know he's going up to 140, but I mean it's time.
Okay, June 10th, you're gonna have Hiroto Kyoguchi versus Esteban Bermudez, 12 rounds for Kyoguchi's WA Super Junior Lightweight title.
Oh, your boy
Um,
Belanga's fighting on the 11th.
let's see, June.
June
When
11th,
is that?
Edgar Berlanga.
Oh, on ESPN Plus. Yep, Berlanga versus
Xander Zayas. I like
Wilmer
Xander
Alexis
Zayas.
Angulo. Angulo. I've
I
heard
don't
of
know what
Angulo.
dude.
I think I've heard of
Nah,
Angulo.
it's not the Angulo you're thinking of.
Okay, let me
You're
see. And
thinking
then
of the
what?
Owen that Canelo fight. Alfredo Angulo, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Xander Zayas,
Pretty
look out
much.
for him. He's good. He got skills.
June 18th, Arthur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr. 12 rounds. That's gonna be on June 12th on ESPN Plus. And
June
then you're gonna
12th.
have
What's up
the
with
one
all
of
these
the.
weird ass dates?
I mean, no, June 18th. My bad for
Oh,
the.
18th.
And then June 18th on Showtime, you're gonna have Jamar Charlo versus Masij Soldetsky.
That's who the Charlos be fighting those type of
Yeah,
dates.
that's June 18th. Yeah, and then what else? What else you have here?
I don't see nothing major. Jessica McCaskill versus TB
Yeah,
to be announced. I guess she doesn't have an
yeah,
opponent. That's on June
yeah.
25th.
So yep. So pretty much those are we got some good fights in the
Yes,
summertime.
somewhat,
Yeah.
but I thought we'd have a
Yeah.
better lineup. I guess because
Oh
Canelo already had his big fight,
yeah.
and then yeah, I mean, where are the welterweight fights? Where's
Nothing yet.
Crawford,
That'll probably be
Spence
September. That part.
Crawford, Boots Ennis should be in there. I mean, he just had a fight, but damn, I mean, you could come back and fight in July. That's what I'm saying. Like Canelo, the only one who be really fighting like that, like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a year. Everybody else be like, seems like one and done now. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we love boxing, so we'll be talking more
Mm-hmm.
boxing as it comes around. Real quick, we got to bounce in a little while. I mean, we both have kids to pick up. Let's see. That's the problem with these daytime ones. You want to talk? Let's talk a little Trey Lance. We got to get to the Niners. We always got
Go ahead. Yeah.
to. That's
You
our
seen
major
that video?
Niner
I haven't
news.
seen that video.
Well, just on the Jimmy G front, now people are starting to change their tune and saying he's going to be traded. Javi, you see, Javi posted on he was mentioned on that what's Pat McAfee. They posted one of his tweets saying that he thought that Jimmy G
Oh
was
yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
yeah. So that was dope. Javi's a guest of ours, big time podcaster, and
And you had George
yeah,
Kittle on that. Yeah, George Kittle talking about Trey Lance too, which was dope to hear.
props to Javi, and we got to get you on again.
Shout out to him.
Great insight. He has some great insight on the Niners.
Yeah,
He
definitely
has
check
some.
him out
He
on.
has some. He got some shit. He be having the news before
Yeah.
that shit breaks. Javi, shout out to Javi. But what was I saying? Oh, so Trey Lance is QB1. All the people who've been talking this offseason sound like dickheads now, who were saying that Jimmy was going to be around. There was hella people still hyped on it, like, oh, Jimmy, yeah, look, they're going to keep him. Like, that shit was never going to happen. He was only around because he fucked up with that surgery. We talked about it on here. We've mentioned this several times. But yeah, now it's looking more and more, the picture's more clear. Jimmy G is going to be gone, and Trey Lance is the starter. So we're starting to see in minicamp, Trey Lance is looking pretty good from what I'm hearing. You know, beforehand you had all these rumors about, oh, the Niners are worried about this, the Niners are worried about that, they think Trey's this, blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Chris Sims, Florio, all these other fuckheads, just hating basically off nothing.
Hmm.
You know, Trey Lance gets a bad rap. I don't understand why. We all knew coming into his career he's going to be rusty. He had a whole year off. Well, he
Hmm.
played one game because of
Hmm.
COVID related. I think it was right.
School, yeah. South Dakota's. I mean, North Dakota's. What?
North Dakota
Dakota's,
State,
yeah. They
Dakota,
yeah
South
they
Dakota.
cancel. They cancel the
So
season.
we knew he only had one season basically, right? We knew he
Hmm.
was
And he
like
had two starts.
we knew he was somewhat of a project, but he had a lot of talent. So yeah, man. I just feel like for whatever reason, Trey Lance get a lot of hate. And it's good
Hmm.
to see that, like in practice already, they're saying he was 15 of 17. Matt Mayoko reported this. I think it was
That was today,
yesterday.
right? Or yesterday? Yesterday.
I think it was off yesterday's practice. Let me see. I got it in the IG. Basically, 49ers went through a helmetless practice, 11 on 11 session to end a 90-minute practice. Trey Lance was 15 of 17 in 7-on-7 for those who are keeping track. So looks like he's been efficient. I've seen some videos. The arm strength looks to be solid. It's what we all thought. That the true Niner fans, the ones in the know, the national media doesn't know shit about the Niners. They shoot themselves in the foot every time. They're making up shit. You got Matt Lombardo or whoever the fuck this
Well.
dude is making shit up,
Hmm.
saying that he heard from somebody who heard from somebody who heard from somebody that Trey Lance was lummy. It's like, dude, man, stop it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we seen Trey Lance with our own eyes in the regular season. Did he look great? No, I wouldn't say he looked great. Did he look bad? I wouldn't say he looked bad. I think he looked on par with the Mac Joneses out
Hmm.
there. You
Look
know,
like a rookie.
Matt looked
That's
like a
learning the
rookie.
system.
Looked better than Trevor Lawrence. How come they don't talk about Trevor Lawrence? It's just the Niners are popular, so they want
They
to
just
go at us,
love to talk
go at
about
our
us. Yeah.
quarterback, Jimmy G, the whole Jimmy G drama. Um, but yeah, like you don't hear Trevor Lawrence's name. You don't hear Justin Fields. Justin Fields, who I thought was, the best
Yeah.
quarterback in the. He struggled, but he had some big moments. But he also struggled. The O line,
Hmm.
we can make excuses for him. There was a terrible O line. Matt Nagy was the coach, but overall, I mean, let's say
And
he
they
was
didn't
on
get him.
par.
They didn't get him no receiver help this season too.
Yeah, he was on par with Trey Lance, though. Like Trey Lance's two starts, you would say probably were actually a little bit better than Justin Fields, I would think.
Hmm.
And then when you compare it against, I know it's only two games, and Mac Jones started like what 15 or 16, so it's hard to compare
Hmm.
that. But in those two games, you didn't see this huge leap where Mac Jones was this. And in fact, if you look at Mac Jones's last, I think 5 games, he had 7 picks, and they went 1-4. Their only win was against the Jaguars. So where's this hate for Mac Jones? Where's that at? It just seems to be like Trey Lance is the target. They're all gonna fucking try to bully. And I don't know why, but it don't seem to bother Trey. I mean, you heard him in his press
Yeah.
conferences the other day. He was like, "That ain't my worry. I ain't concerned." Paraphrasing again, I ain't
Hmm.
concerned with what the national media is saying. I'm concerned about what's inside of this locker room. So I'm not worried about Trey. I think we could win 13 games with Trey, 12, 13 games. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I say we win 13. Uh,
Hmm.
right now, that's going to be
13
my
and
pick.
4, huh? 13 and 4.
And let's dial it back. Let's go 12-5. Yeah, let's go 12-5. We'll stick with that because I don't know about injuries. I don't know about that, and I don't want
Yeah.
certain people jumping on me and be like, "Oh, you said 13-4." So I'm
It's
gonna
nip.
keep it. I'm gonna keep it on par. Last year, I think I said 12-5 too, or 11 and
Yeah.
6. I was
I think
in that
I
same
said
ballpark.
13 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think realistically though, it's not far fetched to think that Trey Lance can come in, just do a little bit better than Jimmy in some ways, but he's going to
Hmm.
struggle a little bit more than Jimmy in some ways.
Yeah,
He holds on the
and
ball longer than Jimmy, but he also looks down the field more than Jimmy and looks to make big plays down the
yeah,
field. He's going to also have the running ability. Yeah, go ahead, jump in.
and I
What you
was
say?
saying that was like I said too. I think that was another reason why they drafted Lance because the way how I mean Kittle was saying that Jimmy. I don't know who was the quarterback that we just heard. Was it Ryan Tannehill that he said his job is not to mentor?
Oh
Who was
yeah,
it?
yeah,
You know,
Malik
Malik Willis.
Willis.
Yeah, yeah. So we heard that a couple weeks ago, but and then once again, this is George Kittle on the Pat McAfee show. He was talking about that Jimmy was he was professional in every way, mentored him and all that, which is dope. I think that's the reason, another reason why the Niners, drafted a quarterback at number 3, and because they already knew the type of professional Jimmy G is. I know we love to hate and talk shit about Jimmy, but and then what Kittle was saying was that Trey Lance saw how professional Jimmy was, saw how he was taking notes, he was taking questions, off and off, how he was off and on the field, and he seen that Trey Lance has got that we learned from Jimmy and has applied to it, and he says he's seen improvements, and also just the way how he is already, his skills that he has, and what did Kittle say, and then this and you said this last year too early. I was like, if you want to see Trey Lance, get him his reps now. That's the only way he's going to learn. So I mean, we might see
Exactly.
some some growing pains, throughout the season, this upcoming season with Trey Lance. But that's a good thing. We got 17 games now, so he has an extra game to learn, and we got and then we hopefully we resolve this situation with Debo. Hope he gets signed because definitely you need Debo in the squad. Also, what I've heard too, I heard that what's the receiver that we drafted from SMU, Danny? Is it Danny Gray?
Danny Gray.
Yeah, I heard he dude's quick as fuck. I heard he's flying all over the field, which is even better. We drafted another running back. Most likely we're going to be a run first team, so that helps. Trey Lance. Doesn't have to worry about
Exactly. In the
passing.
defense.
In the defense, I think defense improved, and then
Yeah.
now we got Kinlaw talking hella shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we were gonna touch on that too.
So I mean, I don't
What
know
what
what's
did
gonna
you what
happen
did you
with
feel
him.
about that?
I mean, I don't follow Grant Cohn a lot, but what I've heard, he likes to antagonize a lot, and I hear a lot that the way how he is, he's not very professional. I don't follow him on Twitter, but I do watch his videos. Sometimes he likes to antagonize. I guess I'm not no way or shape form being a journalist. So I don't know. We just two DDBs like talk shit about our team. So we're not no way shape form journalist, but it was kind of funny.
Oh yeah,
What
because he's an
Kinlaw said.
actual journalist, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think he is.
So
Yeah,
we can
he's a
get away with
sports.
we can get away with
Yeah,
calling
yeah,
people
we get
lemons.
away with
We're not
talking. Yeah,
journalists. We're
and
just
we're not.
assholes. We're bastards.
Yeah, we're some yeah, we're some gold dirty bastards. So but it was funny what he said. He's like, I got my balls are bigger than you, which I thought it was hilarious. He's like, my balls are bigger than you. But he just
But
shows me,
but to
Kinlaw,
me,
whatever he's
go
going
ahead.
through, whatever Kinlaw's going through, and I don't know whatever relationship they got. I mean, to me, what that sounds like, Kinlaw ain't no punk. Whatever he is, he's already thinking about the season. He's gonna be talking his shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's gonna defend himself because I'm not sure.
But
I
but
think
to me,
didn't
it's like he got rattled way too easy. Why you gonna sweat Grant Cohn? Like
because I don't know. It just I have no idea. But I thought it was funny though.
I thought it
I,
was funny for sure, but I feel like it's gonna be a bad look for Kinlaw
yeah,
because
that's true.
the backlash. We got a lot of fans already talking about, cancel him, trade him,
Yeah,
and
I seen
John
that
Lynch.
already.
John Lynch. He likes character, so
Yeah,
hopefully nothing comes of it. I got more respect for Kinlaw after that because shit,
yeah,
I seen the fire. I like the fire that I seen.
yeah.
I
I like
haven't
that.
seen
Yeah,
any
you
of
guys
that.
shows these.
I ain't
Yeah.
seen any of that on the field, and I've been critical of Kinlaw. I didn't like the pick. But shit, if he shows some of that fire, like, yeah, he was getting hype. He was getting in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, I ain't mad on it. but I could see, the soft
On the
ass
fans, yeah.
culture that we live in. I mean, if he came at us, I'd be fighting right back. I don't give a fuck personally, but
Yeah.
we got some soft ass fans. Just the general public is soft as fuck. You can't say nothing. So I could see how they're gonna be like, oh, cancel Kinlaw, trade him, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
I say give him one more year. Let him see how he pan out. I
Uh,
mean, in his defense, he hasn't been healthy. The
mhm,
knee was a problem before we drafted him,
mhm.
which is why I
Yeah.
didn't want him in the first place.
Mhm.
But now that he's here, we got to make the best of the situation. We got to give him a
Yeah.
chance, make sure,
I would,
see
yeah.
if he grows. He was okay when he
Mhm,
was in. I mean, he had
mhm.
some game. I
Some
didn't like
moments.
the motor wasn't always there,
Yeah.
but he did flash some good shit out there at
Mhm.
times, flashing
Yeah.
some big playability. It's just consistency and able to do it throughout a full game.
Mhm.
And we'll see. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
If he can get the knee taken care of, that's hard to do. But if he get the
Mhm.
knee taken care of,
Yeah.
like even Grant was saying, like, I don't root against you. Like, I hope you prove me wrong. I thought it was kind of professional of Grant to, like, I mean, he was looking shook too, but he was keeping it kind of professional to like, he didn't go
Mhm.
off the rails and say shit back to him. Really,
Yeah.
he had some little smart ass comments, but that's
Yeah.
kind of how he is. But
Yeah. He didn't want to.
he kind of kept it, like, try to keep it kind of cool. Like, okay, okay, yeah, all right. What did I say exactly about you? What did you
Mhm.
get offended by? So, I mean, I respect Grant for kind of keeping it professional in that, kind of like Chris Rock when he got slapped. How Chris Rock kept it professional after that. He was just like, oh yeah, he just kept the fucking
Mhm.
story going. So that was kind of what Grant was trying to do. I mean, I'm not the biggest Grant dude, but I do agree, and I'm kind of similar. I'm gonna be harsh on whoever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be harsh. I'm a harsh grader, so for me,
Mhm.
that's like, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm as extreme as Grant Cohn, but yeah, he can be kind of like
That shit.
antagonistic at times.
Yeah. That shit even
I don't
showed up
watch
at
all of his stuff.
TMZ.
I watched some of his stuff here and there.
Yeah. I
But
think
do you
Womack
think
said something that he watched it.
yeah, do you think there's gonna be a backlash where you could see Kinlaw get
I don't.
traded?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean,
I could see it
you
from
just.
Lynch, dude. Lynch be like
Uh,
shook,
I
especially
I could see that, like, I
after
would
the
say,
what's his
like,
name, the linebacker. What was that linebacker we got that he
Ruben
drafted? That was
Foster.
Reuben
Ruben Foster.
Foster. Yeah, I
It
could see
was.
after
I mean,
that he could be like, all right,
well,
we're gonna
that
let
was
this guy
because,
go,
allegations. This is, just um
defending
a
himself.
podcast. Yeah, you could say, was in the heat of the moment. Say I wasn't feeling, that he. I mean, you could say that, I felt like I was
He
being
was defending
disrespected.
himself, self
Yeah,
defense too.
yeah.
I
So,
mean, I think he might have took it
yeah. Well, I mean,
little bit
it's.
harsh.
I mean, I would say I think it was based on who,
Hey,
who
we don't
was
know what went on behind
interviewing
the
him.
scenes either.
Yeah. So I mean, I
What
don't
set
think.
it off? Do you know what set it off?
I think he was. I don't know. He might, was it what he said about his injuries or something. I see. That's another thing too. I don't know what's really behind the backstory, but I don't see. I wouldn't see. I wouldn't see this happen. Let's say, for example, he's being questioned by a Maelko or what's another one, Jennifer Lee Chan, or even if, let's say, Javi was interviewing him. I wouldn't see that happening. But I think it's just based on who it was. Maybe they had
A lot.
some,
I've seen some tweet.
situation at camp. Maybe he's the way he see him.
I seen some
I
IGs
mean,
too
I think it
saying
was
that
just based because it was on him.
some of the team members are already kind of like taking Kinlaw's side already and, like,
Yeah, I
rallying
seen.
around him kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Because there's been a couple of times that who's it was talking shit about him was Eric Armstead. He called him out too. A couple
Oh, we
years,
talk shit about Eric
like
Armstead on here
yeah.
too.
So, I mean, I think they'll probably talk to him like, hey, yo, we can do an interview, chill, relax, be professional. Being traded, nah, I think that's a little bit too much. I think they're just having, simple talk. It's just, the season hasn't officially started. I mean, the season is I mean, the start of the new season has started, but nothing has happened, like no preseason games or nothing like that. I mean, they're just having OTAs. I'm pretty sure they'll be like, you're probably gonna get more interviews. Just relax, chill. Don't let these lummies set you, get you upset. Just be careful what you say. I mean, because most of these, podcasts are being recorded. Somebody's going to watch it. Just for example, Team Z already caught this video and they're even reporting it. So I mean, it's just and plus he's still third. This is gonna be, I believe, this is gonna be his third season. So he's still a young cat. You know what I'm saying? You just got
All
to,
right.
just
Well,
gotta let him know. So
shit. We're done with this. We're done with the Niner talk for now.
mhm.
We're gonna get played. We cover
We'll
the
be coming
Niners.
back. Yeah, yeah.
We cover the
Talk.
Niners on the show. They're definitely get their big time chances to be mentioned on here. But real quick, what was I gonna ask you about? Oh, the Thor trailer, Thor: Love and
I
Thunder. You get a
saw.
chance.
I
What do you think?
saw with. All right, so I talked to Ray real quick yesterday.
Oh shit!
They had they had an
Here we
episode
go.
yesterday. I caught up late to it, and I like what they were saying. The character that Christian Bale was playing, I believe his name is
Gore,
Gore, yeah,
Gore, the
the
God
Death
Butcher,
God, the God Butcher. I heard that storyline is sick.
sick.
I heard the way it's very dark. So me and you, we were big. I enjoyed Thor Ragnarok. We
Me
love
too.
that shit. We love, I thought it was, yes,
Korg,
it was funny. It had some little moments. You know what I'm saying? The whole. I thought it was a dope ass film. Dope. It's funny. Action was cool. The vision was sick. You know when what's her name, was it Hella?
hey Hela, some shit.
Yeah, some of that
Hela,
that
Hela
vision was
SF.
that's vision that the whole vision was sick. So I only got two problems with it. Now, see, that's the thing. I was telling Ray, I was like, bless, he actually ain't even heard from you, because now you got me thinking, Thor is he's not a funny guy. I mean, there's no reason for Thor to be this type of character. I'm like, all right, I got it. But then this is the second trailer. I think they've shown way too much.
Yeah,
I think they showed way too much. And when you get trailers like this that show already way too much, that means you basically saw the movie already. You already saw the film. So I was telling him, I was like, I kind of fucked up. I should have not watched that trailer. Feels like I've seen the whole thing now. And he said, yep. And then, and he was telling me, he kind of broke it down a little bit too. He's like, about the character, dark dude. The storyline is a sick ass storyline. So he's now got me thinking, I mean, I'm going to go watch it. Me and Leo for sure going to be watching this on Thursday when it drops. So I'm already thinking, fuck, am I going to be thinking, okay, I mean, I know I'm not going to watch a comedy. More want to watch a Marvel action superhero film, but should I laugh or not laugh now if it's something funny? Should I laugh? I shouldn't laugh when Court comes out and says, some one liner that I think is hilarious. But now I'll be like, nah, Ray said this shouldn't be a comedy film, and
and don't
so,
let
but
Ray ruin it for you, man.
I think, I think Ray messed me up on this. But definitely be checking it out. I thought, and just to make it quick, I thought the trailer would look dope, look sick. But
I
the only
mean, well,
problem
I
is
will say,
a little
yeah,
bit too
some from
much.
the trailer, the whole stupid shit where his shirt comes off, that was kind of like, come on, that's stupid. Like,
Yeah. Hoping that. Oh yeah. Hope that's not on the film.
yeah, hopefully they cut that shit out. Uh, we don't need
Hopefully
to
that
see
was just for the
shirtless
trailer.
dudes. Shirtless dudes, no. Shirtless Natalie Portman, yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah, but no, seriously, that was kind of corny. But Korg's on there narrating, that was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Doomzilla says needs balance. I agree. Hopefully, because this is supposed to be a darker storyline, hopefully it doesn't have
Hope it
as much
is.
comedy. I would think that Tyler Watiti, whatever fucking Waikiki, what is his name? Waikiki.
Wakiki.
Tyler Waikiki. Uh, hopefully he doesn't go.
Already said that.
Yeah,
Already
see,
said that.
yeah. Hopefully he doesn't make it too light, because you can still have the jokes in there and some of
Mm-hmm.
the light at parts, but certain
Yeah.
parts of the movie, I would think maybe it starts out a little
Yeah.
light, but then as it gets,
Yes.
Thor realizes he has to get more salve and he cuts out some of the funny shit and it becomes more of a, like a fucking just a
Mm-hmm.
angry, like, darker film in general. So
Yeah.
hopefully that's
Hope.
the case.
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
personally, I
And hopefully
liked
with Christian.
you said it. I loved Ragnarok. So I hope it doesn't stray too
Dope.
far away from
Dope ass
that.
film.
But yeah, like I agree with Doomzilla on the balance part, balance to the force.
Mhm.
Hopefully, there's a little
Yeah,
bit of balance
and,
there.
and and then and hopefully with Christian Bale playing that character, I mean, I think Christian Bale's like one of the dope ass actors right now. Hopefully his character is more serious and he brings out that dark, and all that. So hopefully that part right there is serious and is more dark, and he's a dude to do that. So definitely, that's one thing. And then when I saw dude, Gore, I thought I was like, hold up, am I watching a trailer from um Bills and Ted's Excellent Adventure? He looked like Death.
I
Thought it
know.
was the same dude. I was like, hold up, that's Christian Bale.
Yeah, no, I'm hyped up for this one because I was telling you, I think we were talking the other day, and I was like, there's not that many summer blockbusters this year.
It's
So this is
different.
probably
It's
like one of the
different.
last ones. Some of the stuff's going directly to
Mm-hmm.
streaming. Some of it is being made into shows instead of
Yeah,
movies.
which is dope too.
So this should be hopefully it lives up because I was a little bit underwhelmed by Doctor Strange. We've already been over that. We're not gonna no need to beat a dead horse. Sam Raimi, not
I
gonna
thought it
say
was a
any.
good film.
Just say Sam Raimi. That's all I gotta say. It was good though. It wasn't terrible. It was good. Could have been better,
Yeah,
but good.
okay.
Could have been
Yeah.
better. Could have been better. Doesn't stand up to No Way Home.
Oh no, it
But
was just with the. Yeah, go ahead.
not just. I'm not gonna. I said what I said.
You
Uh,
said it right.
so this hopefully is a good one. Go to because my daughters, they like the Marvel flicks. Go check it out in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I got the little Century Cinemark pass where we get discounts. Getting their popcorn. It's a good family
Yeah.
adventure, family outing. Get the recliner seats, watch a good funny movie, good comedy, good action. So hopefully this lives up to that. They loved Spider-Man No Way Home, uh, both
Everybody
of
loves
them.
Spider-Man.
But my younger daughter and she didn't like the Multiverse of
Doctor
Madness.
Strange.
My wife didn't really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like it. My other daughter,
Well,
Catalina, she loved it. But the 14-year-old, she liked it.
yeah, Lil
She
Lil
likes
liked it, and
Wanda.
then
She likes Wanda. So she was like, that was
Wanda.
sick. Wanda was tight in that.
I love
So that was
Wanda.
cool. But hopefully this Thor: Love and Thunder, because I've been looking forward to this movie for a while. After Ragnarok, I was like, okay, this is gonna be tight. You got Natalie Portman coming back, got our boy Korg, dropping the funny shit.
The
So this
Flex
will be
Sap.
good. And then it
Could have
supposedly
Korg in here.
see the problem I might have is that Marvel villains, everybody talks about this. Marvel villains, they be fucking up on the villains a lot. So
One and
it's
done.
kind of hard if this dude's supposed to be so I don't know a lot about him, but he's supposed to be super power from my understanding. That sword he got is the Necro sword from Null. It's a powerful ass sword,
Mm-hmm.
but then he's gonna end up dying in this. So it's like it's always that it makes it hard to like make him a super strong villain, show how strong he really is, but then he
Yeah, we
dies.
need a
You know,
Thanos. We need a Thanos.
yeah,
Yeah,
we need another Thanos. You get in that with Kang, but
maybe.
they're playing the long game with that.
Yeah. Hopefully
Playing the
we get
safe.
Mephisto. I don't know. Hopefully we're still waiting for Mephisto to show up. So maybe
Ray
that's a
says cats a salve.
it's
God,
it's like Lil Lil. He liked Doctor Strange, but then once he started hearing you bashing it, he was like, oh nah, yeah, it's kind of weak now. So he's a little lummy
little
too. I
Leo's a
mean,
salve.
he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is kind of weak, huh? I was like, dude, you watched the goddamn. And he's like, this is sick. It's
Little Leo's a
tight.
salve.
It's hella cool.
Little Leo knows. Doctor fucking Doom.
He's in
Yeah.
it. How many credit scenes for end scenes for no official word
I don't know.
for
So
four?
we're gonna get
Hopefully,
we're about to get Guardians of the Galaxy. They showed too much of them too. They shouldn't even show them.
yeah, it's
It
like
would have been
like I
better.
said, when I talked to Ray yesterday, I was like, that I'm playing the trailer. There's two of them already, but why does it feel like I already watched the whole film? That's the only thing negative about it.
Yeah. But they distract.
And
They throw you off.
now that he's got me thinking that shouldn't be a comedy.
They throw
I
you
hope
off
so. I
with
hope
they
so.
throw you off with the trailers because
I mean, yeah, Marvel knows what they're doing. Disney knows what they're doing.
Multiverse of Madness wasn't really what you seen from the trailer. That was like way different. So they throw you off with some shit. But I think it'll be. I'll say it's gonna be solid.
Yeah,
I got confidence it'll be solid. Hopefully they don't go too
yeah.
far with the comedy.
I wanted to. Well, I wanted to go watch Top Gun on Thursday, but Warriors is losing yesterday, fucked it up. So I'm not sure when I'll go watch Top Gun, but definitely be watching that
Oh, it comes
sometime
out
this
tonight,
week.
huh?
Probably watching them Thursday. Is it tonight?
Oh, maybe
Nah,
it's
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna go
also
see that
Thursday.
Jurassic Park. That's another. They're just recycling the shit now, though. You got the Marvel movies, and then you got remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's your summer blockbusters.
SF Comic Book touched it yesterday too. I don't know. Did you watch the Mission Impossible trailer? That should look sick.
Doomzilla says that's what we need in regards to what? What's he talking about? Do you know what he's talking about? I don't know.
That's what we need. I don't know. More comic book movies?
I guess. But yeah, we need to get
Uh,
like it's we're not getting even the action movies we were getting. Like the creativity's just gone, dude. Like
well, you
when we were
can't do
coming up,
much
we had
anymore.
the sick
Everything's
ass movies.
sensitive.
We
I
had
mean,
there was the
yeah, you
big
can't
summer
do a
movies.
lot of
Was it?
shit
It was
now.
Independence Day. It was Die Hards. It was
You
Arnold
can't do that
Schwarzenegger
type of shit.
Predators. It was
Yeah.
Rambo's. What the fuck happened? Where's the action stars?
Well,
They don't really have any.
you
Vin
can't
Diesel's
have that
Lummy.
anymore. Yeah. It's just like for example, like that shooting that happened yesterday. You're
Oh,
not
he
gonna
says
have
we
a lot
need
of the
Doom.
movies.
That's what he's saying. We need Doom in regards to
Doom
we were
can
talking
wait.
about the villains. Yeah, I agree. We
Doom
do.
can
We
wait.
need somebody.
Doom can
Mm.
wait.
They're playing the
Yeah.
long game. I think they're taking it a little bit too far with this long game shit though. Like you're risking that people are gonna get tired of it. Not the comic book fans but like the crossover fans that make your movie so popular. Um, People are gonna get I don't know. It might just get worn out with the Avengers, and now they're done with the Avengers. But I think they need to come with one of these factions, either the Fantastic Four or the X-Men soon. I think they're just kind of dragging it out a little bit too long. I know they shook off Fantastic Four because they had so many fucking problems in the past. Probably that's why they're taking long on that. All action movies are soft.
Yeah. It's
There's
just
no
because
action
all
stars. Who's the
there's
action
not.
stars? The
Yeah.
Rock, the
Right
Rock,
now,
and
action stars. I would say shit. I would throw Tom Cruise
Tom
as
Cruise
more
is
action
funny.
films than all of them right now.
Yeah, I just feel like the summers aren't as hyped as they used to be, like movie wise. Now you get like
Different.
four or
It's a
five,
different
but back then you used to
generation.
get like 10.
Yeah. You can't do your comedy movies like you're like your American Pies. You can't do shit like that anymore. It's sensitive generation, and people are gonna have a problem with it. And then you can't do a lot of movies that have with shootings, and because like for example the school shootings, a lot of shit happens. I mean that's been happening in the world that people are getting sobbed, don't want to see it. Oh, it's too soon. Shit like that. So that's what it is. I mean, it's a different era now coming
Yeah, everybody's
now
offended.
to moves. Yeah, exactly. You get offended really easily.
I'm offended by
Comedians, you
all these
can't.
people being offended. Fuck.
Yeah, and you can't have a lot of these comedy movies. You know what I'm saying? Because well, you might who you can offend. Somebody's gonna find something. So I mean, it sucks. We can't have our our movies like we used to have before.
Yeah. So other than I think Top Gun and Jurassic Park, I'm gonna go see them. But yeah, we just need some fucking more creativity out there. And you got Wakanda Forever, but that's out of the summer. That's in the fall. So
Avatar. Then you have Avatar at the end of the
I
year.
don't know about Avatar, man. I think that ship has sailed for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Well,
I don't
I was
really even
watching
see
that
what
sub
they're gonna
comics
do
crap. So
after. Like
I was like,
it
what
was
the fuck
already
is
kind
going
of
on?
wrapped up. Like what the you gonna show these guys flying around again
Now
and
they're in
like
the
what the fuck else?
water. Then they're gonna have another film about the sky. They're gonna have another one about outer space. Isn't it like 6 movies? That's what I heard. I don't know.
I don't know if that's just gonna
What?
happen. We'll see. This
Watch
one
that
might
sub
bomb.
comics. They'll break it down. Open bombs.
It might because I don't have really any desire to see
You
this
can't
shit.
even say bombs anymore. Open bombs.
I don't really got no desire. Like, I mean, I was hyped on it like 5 years
20
ago.
years ago. Yeah, when I
Yeah,
was still buying DVDs.
but like I was saying, even the rewatchability of Avatar, like I seen it maybe three
I did
times,
watch
but the
shit.
second and third time I was like, in
Movie
the
did come out
theater
on
on
Blu-ray
that
or
3D
DVD.
shit
I did
when it
watch it
was
like 10
groundbreaking.
times.
That shit was sick.
I think literally seen it twice in the theater. I
I
think I
seen it
watched it
twice in
twice in the
theater,
theater.
but the
And
second
then I
time I'm
watched it
saying it
like
wasn't as
10
good. Like
times over.
that rewatchability wasn't really there for me. Like, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I just don't really see
Oh,
what
that
they're gonna
Buzz Lightyear
do.
looks good.
That looks alright. I'll
Definitely go
take the
watch
kids.
that.
Kids will want to see that. Anything
That's
else we're
another thing
missing?
too. I mean, all these, yeah. I mean, all this shit that's going on looks like Disney has a fucking monopoly when it comes to movies. They're the only ones that can make films because shit, they're not gonna offend nobody.
Yes, Thor, Jurassic Park, Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear. Avatar's
That's all
what coming out
Marvel.
in
That's another
Avatar's coming
Marvel
out
movie.
December.
I believe so. November, Christmas time.
Black Adam. We forgot about that one. That one might be sick.
They got pushed to next year.
Did it?
Excuse me. Yeah, all those DC films got pushed till next year.
I thought it was October.
Nah, well, I don't know. I think if that's the comic and still, I think all I think he knows. I think all DC movies got pushed to next year.
Well, I'm just looking at this list real quick, and next year looks like it's gonna be pretty solid. Then, if you're right, and Black Adam's pushed 2023, because you also got Ant Man, Quantumania, that's 2023, Spider Man Into the Spider Verse 2023. This is according to whatever fuck site I'm looking at. Marvel's
Mhm.
2023, Flash 2023, Shazam.
Yeah, see, all those
Uh,
got pushed to because all that shit was supposed to be there this year. Yeah, that trailer that showed all the films that were going to come out this year, and then they all got pushed to next year.
that Aquaman is 2023. It's probably gonna get pushed back more because of Amber Heard shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we'll see. Anyway, I just thought, summer movies used to be my shit. Now it's like
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Hell
It's
yeah,
kind of like I'd say it was getting like a C plus with these movies.
it ain't the same anymore. Usually, you
Like
have a
you,
Star Wars
yeah, you got the
film,
no Star Wars,
ID,
no,
yeah, and I like something like an ID4 type of film, action film, blockbuster. You don't have that shit anymore. Shit's over. It's
yeah,
done.
Top
Way to
Gun, which
go,
is
guys.
recycled.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Top Gun might actually be good because they've had a lot of time to work on it.
Uh-huh.
Um, they had hella years to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise is still
Yeah.
a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I was never the biggest Top Gun, like it was off the hook, but it was a pretty good movie. It was cool. Had the Top Gun roller coaster at fucking Six Flags or fucking Great
Good
America.
America. Yeah.
I'll probably see this one on IMAX. I think this one deserves to be seen on IMAX. You can have all the fight scenes in the sky and all that shit. Be a good
Yeah.
good movie to check out on IMAX. SF Comic Company says hearing Top Gun is super hype.
That's what I hear
Fake.
too.
All right, let's do it. Let's go see it. When are you going to see it, Comic Book Ho? We'll talk off air.
He's gonna be watching it on Monday, I believe, because he's going on a little weekend getaway or something like that.
Oh shit. Fake. All right, we'll figure something out. All right, I gotta
Talked
get the
to him
fuck.
yesterday.
Yeah, I gotta go pick up my daughter
Mm-hmm.
at
Shout
school.
out to the Giants for coming back last night, 13-12, beat the fucking Mets. Fuck the Mets.
They lost 13-3 the other night. I like both teams. So I'm
Ah,
not.
ah, fuck them.
I think that's gonna be the NL. What is it? Finals. Whatever. Fuck. NL championship. I think Dodgers are gonna choke it
Oh,
up.
the NLCS.
NLCS. Dodgers will choke it up. That's my prediction. He's going next
No,
Thursday.
Giants are looking. The Giants are not looking too good right now. A lot of
They need to
injuries,
they
a
need to
lot of
bat.
recall.
They need to stop that Moneyball bullshit. In my opinion, I think that Moneyball shit is
We
like,
got
all
some, we
right,
got some injuries
it'll
right
keep
now.
you afloat, but are you gonna win any rings with this Moneyball shit? Like, I don't think
No.
so.
I think that next year's a big year. I think we're gonna go after some big names, and we might trade some of our young stars in the farm system. So, but definitely, they should be making some noise in the All Star break when the trade deadline comes up. So,
All right. As you see down below, make sure you check out all of our content down there at linktree.golden/gold dirty bastards. We got all our shit on there. We're gonna start trying to drop maybe some shorter.
yeah,
Me and Lee were having a meeting in the minds earlier, looking to maybe doing a couple of maybe shorter versions of the show or something. Maybe get some of these daytime ones in, and when we get a
yeah,
chance.
throw in some daytime.
But yeah, definitely check us out. We got all our content, all of our social media, and Anchor and all that stuff on linktree./Gold Dirty Bastards podcast. Check us out on IG and Twitter as well. Our IG is right there in the bottom right corner at Gold Dirty Bastards podcast. And Big Leo, let them know our Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Twitter?
Our Twitter's at Gold Bastards, and that's with a Z at the end. So try check us out. Well, I'll try to post some more on Twitter. I know we've been kind of lacking on that, but definitely throw in some more polls and as the and then definitely get some more other podcasts. See if we can get involved, maybe do a collab or something like that. Talk some Niners, talk some Giants, talk some Warriors. So that'll be dope if anybody's watching or anybody want to hop on and talk. So hit us
Yeah.
up on
And make
IG.
sure you
We'll,
give us a like and subscribe on here as well. We'd
mm-hmm.
appreciate that. We need those likes and subscribes. Get
For the
the
algorithm.
viewership growing. Tell some friends if you like our fucking content. Let them know, like, yo, they talk sports, they talk hip hop, they talk movies, talk a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
everything. uh you know get us out there. We'd appreciate it. We're trying to blow up a little something, but it's taking a while. It's a long process. Hopefully we get some viewers here in the next few months. uh All right, let's get on out of here. We'll try to be back. We'll aim for next Tuesday, but scheduling has been a bitch lately, so we'll see if we can
Hmm.
get Tuesday popping off. That seems to be that was our go-to night, so we'll go from there. And yeah, check us out online. All the sites. Let's get the fuck out of here. Go Dubs, Dubs up.
All right,
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
let's
to
go.
all the victims out there
Oh
too of
yeah,
that fucking senseless tragedy. R.I.P. to Johnny Juan Rosas. His mother passed. We were at
yeah.
her
Prayers to the Rosas family.
burial and funeral and everything. Maria Trinidad Rosas, rest in peace. And
R.I.P.
Johnny, we're out here for you, man. We're out here with you. Hit us up if you need anything. All right, we're out of here. Catch y'all next
All
time.
right, late.
Bye.